much for having me. I'm so glad to be part of this initiative. So basically, at Casa Use, we focus on all hand block printed products. So we have a wide range of dresses, bags, and mainly we are focusing on all handcrafted products. So I started this journey in around 2017. I graduated my college in 2017, and then I was always focused on I want to start something of my own. And so my dad, he was working with few artisans, and so after just finishing my college, so I was like, I need to explore something, what should I do? So he was like, working with artisans, so I decided to just go with him on one trip. And so there are a lot of clusters of artisans in a lot of various villages. So we went to one of the villages where this practice of hand block printing was being done in one of the households. So there, when you go, it's the entire family which is working. So it's being passed on from generations to generations in their families. So I went in one of the household and they were doing block printing, and it was such a peaceful process and such a intriguing process to watch it. And I was just like, this is something I want to do and something which I should do. uh, and at that time, not lot of people were doing Indo-Western in such kind of fabric. It was always taken the hand block print or a floral pattern being taken as a kurta or a very Indian way. So I decided we should do something like Indo-Western, which can cater to a huge number of age groups, like a large number of age group. And because something like me being a just 21 years old, I was not something who would wear like kurtas or suits. We were like, our generation, we wear more of dresses, top, jeans. That is like casual wear. That is what we prefer. So, and those prints were like so pretty. It's like something we are actually missing out on. Like, why are we not wearing more of these prints? Like, this is something you cannot get on a in a fast fashion or something. That is just you can't. I collaborated with few of my friends who are designers, because I'm not from a designer background. I have done BBA. So I took help from few of my designer friends, made a collection. And then initially I started with exhibitions. It was all offline, and then when COVID happened, then we went online through Insta. We did our selling, and then here we are now. We have around 10 families of artisans and our in-house production, and we are doing this help with artisans, and it's all very nice. For me, it was little easy because my father was already connected, but that was like one or two families of artisans that I got to meet. Then there are a lot of exhibitions that happen which are organized by the government. Like me being situated in Delhi, we have Delhi Heart, we have Suraj Kund, where you get to meet so many of these artisans practicing so many different handicrafts. And I guess there a lot of every state has some or the other exhibitions that are happening by the government, and government is also doing so much to uplift them. Because of it, they are regularly doing these exhibitions, so you should keep a note of all these exhibitions that happen. And that's the best way to meet, because you can see what they are doing, you can see the quality of product they can do. And once you connect with them, and always once you connect with them, go to their village, see what they are doing. And that is what I exactly did. I did a workshop with them. I learned, because not being from fashion background, I needed to learn all these things. So I went, I spent few days in the village. I learned what block printing was and how everything is done, how it is such a long process, and so much manpower and so much of their time is gone in just making 10 or meters or 100 meters of cloth. And once you go, you learn what, and you uh, make products according to what they are making. It's not, and they're so nice. And they, even if you tell them this is something how you want it, maybe this kind of I'm planning to make, this is what I'm planning to make, and this is the kind of garment I want to
Yeah.
make. They'll help you out, because initially, because this has been in their family for such a long time, and only they can tell you exactly how it is.
Right, right.
So it was, so you should always, anyone who is going into a handicraft thing, they should always go visit their backside, and then only you can actually learn and value the product. When I started, we did exhibitions, and we were getting a good response from exhibitions and everything. So we didn't give lot of thought to social media, because it was like I was just starting, and it was easy to get a customer feedback just in front of you. But then COVID happened and exhibitions were cancelled. So that is when we decided we needed to go to a social platform. So that's when decided Instagram was booming, is booming right now, and that was the best source to go for. So that's when we started with our Insta. Like, we had our Insta page, and then it was like, okay, now is the time to upload pictures, do everything. And I personally started taking my own pictures. It was like, you are at home, and that was a difficult thing, coming in front of camera. Being back, that is easy, and coming in front of camera or modeling or
Yeah.
shooting, that is that is a difficult thing. Like, I still all the poses and all I did was like looking down. uh, and but it was like, okay, then you started getting a good response. People started, and then it almost became like a family. And now I feel like so comfortable being in front of camera. Like, at least in pictures, right now I'm like, okay, this is how it has to be done. And it's anyone who
Yeah.
I feel
Right.
they need to understand that people need to relate. Social media is all about being relatable to people.
Right, right.
So that is how we went with it. And then mostly we have, only thing we were doing was Instagram ads, which we are doing. So that's one way we have boosted our business. And
Right.
Instagram has been very, they have taken out so many ways to help small businesses. There are insights. So insights were very helpful to us to see, okay, this is what people are liking, this is not what people are liking. So it, uh, that is how we started with our social media. And we have been, I guess we had around 500 followers last year. Now we have 21,000 followers. And it has been such a great, like, being able to talk to people from all around the country, not even country, even worldwide,
Oh,
and
that's
taking
nice.
your, yeah. And people, we are getting even orders from around the world. So that is something we couldn't have done through exhibition. In exhibition, they are catering to a very small
Audience.
number of people. Yeah.
Yeah.
So through social media, you can cater to such a, even in like being in North India, we have around 8 to 9 months of summer.
Right.
So cottons are for 8 to 9 months, but other parts of India where they are for 12 months, so we are able to cater to them as well.
Exactly.
For 12 months, our product is being used. So
Yes, yes,
that is
exactly.
something which social media has really helped us,
Yeah.
and we get
So
to
I
meet
think,
so many new people. Always see what customer is responding to. That is something very important. Maybe this is a picture or kind of pictures you like to take, but that is something not what customer is responding to. So always check your insight. Okay, this is what customer, okay, I should maybe do more of that. Okay, if it's reels nowadays, so okay, that is what customer is responding to, okay, I need to make more of reels. And then don't do a lot of editing, or focus more on the product. Even, and you have to show your authentic self, I guess. You have to show your authentic self so people can relate, and they know there's a person behind this brand. And you should do your research, see what other, maybe your competitors, or not even your competitors, all what small businesses are doing in general. Get inspired from them. And getting inspired and copying is different things. So a person should always get inspired by people. You shouldn't copy, because that is their authentic self. And always get inspired, maybe and take it that way. Make a good relationship with your customers, and always provide what you are showing to the customer. Don't be, you're putting up amazing pictures, but once a person is getting that product and it's not up to that mark, you're losing a customer. So you should always have that trust with that customers and pay attention to what they are, get feedbacks are very important. Take your feedback, always ask customers when you have, because it's a small business, you have a small group of people, ask them what they're, okay, if you like the product, okay, tell us why you liked it. If you didn't like the product, why you didn't like it, and then work on that and learn according to that. Pricing is obviously a very important thing when you're doing any business. So you can only decide pricing when you know the real value of your product. These handicraft, putting a pricing on a handicraft product, that's always, I feel, most difficult product to put a pricing on, because people don't understand the amount of hard work, labor that goes behind it. And they'll just say, okay, maybe it's a cloth, it's a normal cloth. A person who understands what block printing is, they will understand, okay, if the person is asking for this much amount, this is the reason they are asking for that amount. And if online, obviously a person has to have a bit of a competitive prices, because anyone who is shopping with you is also looking at 10 other brands who are related to you, and they know, okay, this is the pricing of a product. So a pricing should be competitive, it should not be less, you should not undervalue your product at all just because you're entering the market. You shouldn't undervalue your product to gain customers or something, because you're undervaluing the product, uh, the value of the product is getting decreased, and that is all over the market that is going to happen. So keep your prices competitive, and you know what the value of the product is, and go for pricing according to that. Definitely does play a huge role, but I feel in India has such a big market, you'll always find a customer for yourself. And being a social, like once you're on online, you have worldwide, you have market. So you'll always find a customer for your product who will understand. And once you're putting your pricing, if you're pricing higher or whatever your pricing is, always show why are you asking for that price. If it's a handcrafted product or something even that you are making, once a person sees this is the amount of hard work that is going behind that product, I don't think so a person will hesitate in giving that price for the product. If it's value for money, people will pay you. So showing the back end, how the it works, the process, and the amount of work that is being put by a person, I guess. And that is something very nice for in social media, that we can actually show people that how their product is made. Like we had in between, in social media, there was this thing going, I made your clothes. So people were actually able to
Yeah.
relate, okay, these are the people behind my clothes, or this is the what being put by them. And we are able to show so much to people, like, and even if something, if it's your own small business, you're making a card, or even like scrunchies, masks, anything is being made by you, you should show them, okay, this is the amount of time that I'm putting into, and I'm dedicating all my time, and I'm making sure about the quality. And if you have quality products, and a person will give you price, they will come back and buy. So I guess it all matters. You should know the value of the product, you should know to give best quality, and I guess it works for you. Our fabric are already made of natural dyes. So that is one thing. The cloth and everything that from dyes being natural, that is, we are being sustainable that way. Okay, we are bringing to you 100% cotton. We are using 100% natural dyes. So that way it becomes sustainable. Then the main issue comes when you're cutting a piece, you have scrap fabric, and there's so much, like, this is something I learned after coming, that so much of scrap fabric is there. And this was something from a business point of view. Initially I thought that why are we wasting so much fabric, we can make so much out of it, like why is getting wasted. And then I searched and I was like, this is something, like fashion industry is a part of such so much of waste. And I, it was like eye opening, and we have to like being just starting a business, it become, I feel like it becomes easier for us to implement in earlier only, uh, to implement a sustainable habit. Okay, if a scrap fabric is my master, my karigar, they know even if a small fabric is being wasted, they don't throw it, they always press it, fold it, and they keep it. Like they know, okay, if this is a small fabric, okay, this will go to make jewelry, this is something we can use for a patch. So even that practice has been initiated from them initially only, so even they are very careful about it. Okay, we don't have to wait, if we can take out if we can do a cutting according to that, if fabric doesn't get wasted, they'll do it according to that. So all the which is being wasted, we are making sure we can make bags out of it, or make masks out of it, scrunchies, and we are doing all that. And this is, and as a small business, maybe initially we can't do the packaging can't, maybe were not able to do packaging so sustainable initially, but maybe now we can. Or someone who is just starting, maybe initially only they can give us out, okay, I have to make my packaging sustainable as well, I don't have to use
Yeah.
plastic. So once you're starting and you implement it, I feel like it becomes easier if you start initially only and make note of the things, okay, this is where I can work for the environment. Because people see that you, and if
Mm.
you're taking from the environment, you have to make sure to give back, and make sure everything is, you have to give back to the environment as well. You can't be, okay, I'm just taking from the environment and be like, okay, I'll do whatever I want to. Be sustainable, and I feel that helps you in future as only. People also see they, okay, these people are, they are taking a initiative for the environment, they are taking an initiative for the artisans, and they want to help you, they want to help you grow, and that will all just help you only in future.
Yeah.
At the moment, we are making jewelry out of it. We have made earrings out of it. Then we have made laptop bags, pouches, eyewear cases. Uh,
Oh, nice.
Mostly, we are doing in the bags. We are trying to think of some other new ways in which we can do it, because we there's so, I feel like there's so much which can. And mask, we are doing scrunchies, we have done, and we just, there tassels and all, everything which we do, that is all done from the scrap fabric. And we keep on thinking, we sit and we try, okay, this is something we can do, maybe this is something we can do, maybe in future we'll even go in footwear something. So
Yeah.
it's
Oh, nice.
lot of
Yeah.
trials we're doing that. Piece of fabric, there's so much you can do, you just don't have to throw it away. There's, like, if you think about it, there will be, you'll find something or the other. If you have a creative side in you, you'll find something to do out of it. Like, lot of learning moments, and I feel like one thing you main thing that you learn in business is that you never stop learning every, and you should never stop learning. There's always a small, everything has a teaching moment. And you should all have patience. If you're starting a business, you need to have patience. You need to give yourself time. You should give your brand time to grow, and do it up. You shouldn't be like, okay, I posted a picture, I didn't get an order, and that is something you can't do. You need to get, and you should, and once you get a, if it's a small order, you should always, like, give yourself, you should always appreciate yourself. You should party, even if it's a small thing, you should always give yourself appreciation that is needed. And you, and no task is small. Once you're doing a business, you have to do each and everything. If you're thinking, oh, this is not something I want to do, this is something not, like, I haven't learned about this is not something I can do, you shouldn't think of, just if you like it, do it, just do it. And
Yeah.
just have patience and do it according. Just don't break your heart, oh, this is not happening. Just be positive, go on, and everything will be fine. Even like during COVID time, it was like, okay, what will we do? Okay, so you do exhibitions, that is closed, but you always find something else. So initial challenge was logistics, how to send the product to find. So that was, we had to check out lot of aggregators. Even initially, like if we were just using Indian Post or Speed Post, so even though they were not working during COVID times, and there are delays and all that. So logistics was a very big part while online business, to how to go with logistics. Now we are finally found, and we keep on looking if there's something better which we can find. Then second thing was building trust with customers. Once, if it's on offline, a person can see and just, okay, they see it, they like it, they go about it. When you're a small business, even people are like, okay, they don't have enough number of followers, should I order from them? So initially it was like everyone used to ask, do you have COD, do you have COD? Because even they don't trust you that much. So building that trust, so that for that it was okay, we started with CODs and making sure that quality of product is good. Then photography was an issue as well, which who to find for photography, because everyone was so used to having that model image. Okay, a model, this is how a model should look like, this is how a fashion shoot should look like. So that was also okay. Even that took a lot of, like, I had to give my, okay, let's just do it. So these were like 3-4 things which we found initially. It's difficult, and how to connect with customers. So that was something which we are still learning and working on it. Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Yeah.